Niggas always in they feelings. I ain't got no time, I'm chasing millions. I'm tryna cop that Lambo, drop the ceiling. Do the dash and that bit might blow the engine. Niggas saying on the kid, this shit ain't new to me. Keep sending threats, but what the fuck is they gon'
What's good, YouTube? Back with another reaction video today, man. I just came across this video about the baby oil with P. Diddy, man. He a crazy boy. So we gonna react to this, see what's going on, and see what we're here talking about, whoever this is. Let's jump right into it, though.
There was something in that other than baby oil. If I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
Were Sean Combs bottles of baby oil potentially laced with a date rape drug? Recent lawsuits against the disgraced rapper raise alarming questions about this disturbing possibility. And during the
First off, why is you putting anything inside some baby oil? Why is you even wearing baby oil? The shit literally called baby oil, nigga. It's made for babies. You rubbing baby oil on people, grown men. Major pause.
Earlier this year, authorities reportedly seized over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, leaving many to wonder why they even have that many
1,000 bottles is crazy.
Well, we're going to explore these serious allegations and their implications for Sean Combs' legal future, all with former CIA
look like a baby
FBI
oil type of
agent
thing.
Tracy Walder. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
They probably gonna copyright the shit out of me for this.
Crime legal alert. So recent studies have uncovered a link between Depo-Provera, aka the Depo shot, and an increased risk of brain tumors. There are lawsuits.
What the fuck does it got to do with baby oil?
Manufacturer Depo-Provera, alleging that they failed to warn patients and doctors about the risk and instead rushed the drug to market while downplaying the adverse event benefits. Combs' lawyer, Mark Agnafilo, did kind of give an explanation for this when he spoke to TMZ after the indictment. Reminder, this is before
no way to explain
the gag
this.
order was imposed. And he said, quote, he has a big house, he buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. Have you sat in the parking lot of a Costco and seen what people walk out of there with? So he attempted to kind of shrug it off.
What do him having a big house got to do with him buying 1,000 bottles of baby oil? I don't care if you had 60 mansions put together. You don't need 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's just crazy.
The thing about that is, Costco apparently doesn't actually sell bulk packages of baby oil.
He trying to justify why he got some baby oil.
As a matter of fact, they reportedly don't even sell baby oil.
He trying to
At least that's what a
slippery
Costco spokesperson confirmed to TMZ. And look, if you're curious, you can go ahead, you can search baby oil on Costco's website. They got diapers, they got
it don't
wipes,
matter where he got the baby oil from. Nigga got baby
So that
oil.
explanation didn't do a whole lot to curb speculation about all this. And now we have seen a series of new lawsuits that were just filed, including yesterday, that are raising more questions. All of these new lawsuits are being filed by Tony Busby, this Texas attorney, and what's really disturbing about it, I believe more coming down the pike, is that several of these are from people who claim they were minors when they were sexually assaulted by
Like, what is you doing, bro?
At least one says that they were drugged.
Assaulting
So what's even
minors, you assaulting grown men. Ain't nobody safe.
There are actually other celebrities listed in these lawsuits that are being accused of participating. Though, to be clear,
All I'ma
they're
say,
not
man,
identified
is
by name, so we don't know who these people are.
my boy Meek better not have nothing to do with this. They keep playing with my boy name. He to my other celebrities. He the first person they gonna try to name. Stop playing my boy.
But I'll give you an example of a lawsuit filed by one Jane Doe. She states that she was 13 in 2000 when she was invited by a limo driver to attend the MTV Video Music Awards after party.
Like, why are you inviting 13-year-olds to your party, bro?
The beverage, her complaint says that she felt drowsy. She looked for a place to lie down. And that's when she says Combs, who was joined by an unnamed male celebrity and an unnamed female celebrity, came into the bedroom where she was resting. And she says that this unnamed male celebrity sexually assaulted her. Combs, this unnamed female celebrity, watched, and then Combs proceeded to rape her.
He looked like
as the other two celebrities watched.
A creep.
And by the way, when you talk about all these lawsuits, in the
You got billions of dollars, you buying baby oil with it.
You can find shocking claims about the baby.
We raising these niggas.
Claim reads, quote, Combs particularly fancied the use of the popular date rape drug rohypnol, or GHB, to commit heinous
I don't know what the fuck
non-consensual
that
acts
is.
of sexual violence and rape against countless victims. And it goes on
But it
further
seems like
to
it's
say,
working if he put it
there are
inside
also
baby oil.
allegations of Combs dousing victims in lotions or similar body oils, also laced with GHB, so that the drug would be absorbed through the victim's skin.
Alright, I'll get the baby oil, but now you putting drugs inside some lotion to make niggas horny. That's like some basically like a honey pack, putting a honey pack inside some lotion.
And make it
don't
easier
understand.
to assault him or her. Now, it's important to note that this complaint uses these terms interchangeably, Risphenol and GHB. However, they're actually two separate drugs that fall into the category of plug drugs.
And again, he might have put niggas on though. For any of y'all out there who
about Tony Busby.
into that type of stuff and you trying to get right with your girl or whatever, you might have to go get some baby oil and put what he put inside there. It might work for y'all. Or put some honey packets inside the
Brought
baby
all
oil.
these lawsuits, including from last week, and they're all claiming these people that they were sexually assaulted by Combs between 1995 and now 2022. These complaints address the alleged drugging in baby oil as well. Now you also have one other woman who came forward in July. She sued Combs for sexual assault, and her attorney, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, told News Nation that Combs had squirted some kind of lubricant or oil onto her client, which she said made her
Like, what is you doing?
Mitchell-Kidd said, quote, she felt
He just
that whatever
horny all day.
being squirted on her had something in it which essentially debilitated her and her faculties. Now, it's important to note that the accuser didn't mention baby oil in her official complaint, but baby oil did come up in the November 2023 lawsuit of the same.
He might well get sponsored by baby oil at this point.
That lawsuit started everything. You can see there that on your screen where she alleged Mr. Combs' assistants would help to set up the FOs, including by setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide. Astroglide is a type of lubricant. She also said further down during the FOs, Combs would instruct Ms. Ventura to pour excessive amounts of oil over herself. And that lawsuit didn't necessarily say
Like,
those
what is he doing?
oils were laced with drugs. But then you have Combs' former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who we showed you right at the top of the show. He's been very vocal talking about Combs, where he revealed the potential for the oil to have been laced with GHB. According to the DA's official website, GHB is a Schedule I controlled substance. It's produced illegally in laboratories. It became popular in the 90s for its powerful euphoric effects, but it also increases libido, suggestibility, passivity, can cause amnesia. So I want to talk a little bit more about these very, very shocking allegations of drugs and baby oil. And to do that, I want to bring in
That's not even
special
shocking.
guest,
It's P.
former
Diddy.
FBI
He
and
known for
CIA
doing
agent
this type of
Tracy
shit.
Walder to talk more about this. Tracy's also a News Nation contributor. And Tracy, thank you so much for coming
And where did he
on.
even find all this
When
baby
it
oil
was
you at?
first
Because nowadays,
announced that
you go into any store, you don't even see baby oil you on the shelves no more. That's probably why he probably bought all the baby oil off the shelves. They probably make it just for him at this point. Just so he can buy it. Send it right to his house.
the feds had seized all of this baby oil, one of the more shocking allegations in the indictment. What was the first thing that came to your mind?
Well, thanks for having me, Jesse. The first thing that came to my mind was that they were taking it to test it, clearly. If they saw something in that large of a quantity, it's one thing to find maybe one bottle. I'm not certain that that would have been seized, obviously, in that search that they served on both of his homes.
They could
But
put
when
a
they saw
1,000
that
bottles,
large of a
though.
quantity, I think that they probably suspected
How
that
you
it
even
was
look
being
going to the
used
store like, yo,
for
can I get
just
1,000 bottles of baby
lubricant,
oil?
and that has probably since been tested. That's my best guess.
Let's talk about that, because if it's suspected that this oil is laced with very powerful drugs, or maybe, by the way, it's not even baby oil at all, are there ways to test it? What are the ways to test
He
it?
low-key mad as shit.
Well, first you have to think about collecting it,
Yo,
right? And so
the news
my
reporter
best
cuz
guess,
Loki
again,
got
I
an
wasn't
attitude
inside
talking about
houses
this
when
shit.
these raids took place. However, I have been in
And it's just the
homes
fact
where
that-
we are seizing things that could possibly have.
Usually when you raid somebody's crib, you find drugs, a bunch of money. You run to his house, you find 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He a different breed. Out of all things, baby oil.
Drugs in them. My guess is that they probably wore Obviously, the biohazard suits, biohazard gloves, those kinds of things, the same things I wore when I went to trash cans and things like that, simply because you don't want that having contact with your skin as well. Just like it absorbed into other people, it can absorb into you. So the first thing they had to do was, obviously, from a forensic perspective, be very careful as to how they were collecting it. And then next, they would probably send it to the FBI or DHS. I don't know who took custody of it. Again, I'd have to look at a chain of custody form, but to one of their labs. And that testing actually could be done very, very quickly. There's actually test strips that you can do in field to test things for GHB or the roofie drug.
And when you think of somebody, someone's
what is he
doing? Drug in their drink, that's one thing. Being arrested.
Look, he got an attitude.
Baby oil, having it absorb through the skin. Have you ever seen anything like that? And that methodology, if that's true, if these allegations are true.
No, they definitely true.
So that's an interesting question, and the analogy I'm going to make, I don't know what people will think about it. So I actually have seen something like that before.
And he always laughing on some
completely transparent.
shit. Every time you run some niggas, he be cracking the
They were trying to obtain control over I can't say the name, but a very popular lotion and oil distributor to place a toxin within it to then have that redistributed out into the American population, and that absorbs through the skin. My biggest concern is when something like that happens, absorbing through the skin, that's your body's largest organ. And you're absorbing it in a larger quantity than you are probably ingesting it. I am shocked that no one died, to be honest with you, as a result of this exposure, because
she started dragging it. I understand that he putting the oil inside there to make other people horny or whatever, but how the fuck is the baby oil gonna kill you? Be for real.
It can also be lethal in massive quantities, and this is just very, very disturbing. I'll be surprised I will not be surprised, if they start adding assault charges as well, if that's what's in this baby oil.
Is it tough to add it? I mean, I don't know if that's an elementary question, but to add that mixture to baby oil, what goes through that? Do you need a laboratory?
Fuck you trying to make it?
Not at all. You might need a laboratory depending on where you're obtaining the GHB or the roofie drug from. It can actually be made in a home laboratory. That's what's difficult, right, about tracking this. But obviously you can obtain it as well because it is used for medicinal purposes. It affects, the nervous system. And so there are legitimate reasons, right, that people would use this, and so it really just depends on how it was obtained.
Using baby oil no more. It's 2024.
Baby oil is very easy and no different than adding it into someone's cocktail at a party.
See, that's the thing. Part of it, when I was looking at it, is if someone feels drugged after having a drink, we know so many examples before. You can make an argument that they were drugged. There's a part of this where the first thing I thought is it's a way to avoid detection. Right, so there might be signs about what happens to the person, but who would think that it was the baby oil that might have been contaminated?
Look, he's trying to find out bad as shit how to make it.
I actually completely agree with you. Obviously, someone like myself who has actually investigated this when I worked Al-Qaeda, I might think that it had been absorbed through the skin, but I think people that maybe didn't have that kind of experience, and I don't mean that in a bad way, the general population wouldn't necessarily assume, right, that had been added into the baby oil. And you're absolutely right, kind of in the late 90s, right, early 2000s was when a lot of education was coming out about liquid ecstasy, which is another name for all of this.
Just named a bunch of drugs.
Drinks, making sure your drink doesn't leave your sight.
This nigga Diddy, man, he something else. He a different breed. You're not even human. How you invent a new drug to make people horny? And then you got 1,000 bottles of it. So how many people did you do this to? That's the real question. I don't understand. I'm disappointed. That's the end of the video though, man. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments about this. I don't know. He might have to get the death penalty. Put him in there with R. Kelly. And also, I got a question for y'all before we go, right? For $50 million, right? You gotta spend a night at his house for one night with him. You don't know what y'all doing. He ain't tell y'all. He's like, yo, spend a night with me, $50 million. Ain't nobody gotta know about this. I don't know. 50 million sound, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know though. I ain't gonna tell y'all my answer, but Let me know in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe, though.